So this is the first playing of the game, Truth or Lies with Songs. So the song, Sweet Caroline, that song makes me think of this one story in my life. But I'm going to give you three. You guess which one is true and which two are full of malarkey. Story number one is about 10 years ago when I was visiting Boston and went to my first Red Sox game. And I have not gone to many baseball games, so it's seventh inning stretch. I was excited. I had my Cracker Jacks in hand, all set to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," and all of a sudden they play "Sweet Caroline." I was like, what the heck's going on? But by the time they got to the verse, hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. With that second, touching you, is when I spilled the Cracker Jacks onto the person behind me, and that is what led to my first date with my boyfriend then at the time. Story number two. I was driving through North Carolina on my way to Ashville, which is one of my favorite cities of anywhere, and I got pulled over by a police officer. As the police officer, walked up to my car, and as the radio was playing "Sweet Caroline," and as I was handing over my driver's license and registration, the verse of touching hands, reaching out came on, and at that point I just touched the police officer's hand, and that's what led to my first and only frisking by a police officer. Story number three. This was when I was working in a law firm, and it was a Friday evening, and all of us were working in our offices, and I think we're all trying to beat the clock, trying to see how much we can get done and checking to see if we can still meet our friends and families or whatever for dinner or happy hour. I'm working, and I have Pandora on, and Sweet Caroline comes on. I start humming to it, then I start singing softly, then I start singing a little loudly. Then the office next to me, my coworker, she started singing. Then the person to the office next to her, he started singing. And then in the common area, the open area of the office, they all started singing. And next thing we knew, the whole office was standing in the open area, all belting out and singing Sweet Caroline with one another. And that is what led to Beer Fridays, which we officially called a Best Employee Engagement Review Fridays. So, which of these stories?
I believe they never come. Sweet Caroline, the time never seems so good.